Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We interrupt your regular programming for a special report on a tragic and high-profile crime. I'm Rosemary, reporting live from our studio, and joining us from the crime of the scene is our field reporter, Kylie Jane. Kylie, can you give us an update on the situation there?
Thank you, Rose. This is field reporter Kylie Jane, here to report you the incident. I'm here at the crime scene where Marcelo Alexander was found dead today. Police are investigating the homicide case, but details are hard to come by. Authorities haven't named any suspects or motive yet.
Can you provide any details regarding the circumstances of the crime, Kylie?
Certainly, though details are limited, but from what we've gathered, Mr. Alexander's murder was discovered by a passing neighbor. Authorities are treating this as a homicide investigation.
Given how famous Marcelo Alexander is, this case is sure to attract widespread attention. How has the community reacted to this tragedy?
The fashion industry and community leaders were shocked and expressed sadness over the loss of Marcelo Alexander.
Thank you for providing that information, Kylie. Can you tell us about any security measures in place at the scene?
Absolutely, Rose. Security is tight with limited access. There are forensic experts on site and a mobile command center set up nearby, indicating a well-organized and thorough response from the law enforcement.
We'll continue to closely follow this developing story, Kylie. Please stay safe and keep us informed of any new updates. Thank you for joining us, and see you next time.
Thank you for coming, Susan. We understand that you were in the house at the time of the incident. Can you tell us what you heard and saw?
Yes, Detective. I was in the kitchen and I heard a loud crash from Mr. Alexander's study. It sounded like glass breaking. I rushed to the room and Mr. Alexander was lying on the floor, lifeless, and the window was wide open.
Did you recognize the person Mr. Alexander was arguing with?
No, Detective. I couldn't see anyone in the room, and I just saw Mr. Alexander lying on the floor. And oh wait, as I said before, the window was wide open.
Susan, did you notice anything unusual in the house before the incident?
No.
Any strange people hanging around or unusual occurrence?
No. Seems normal. Mr. Alexander was most of the time in his room, and I was about to prepare to go home, and there was nothing out of the ordinary until I heard the crashing.
Thank you for your cooperation. Your information will be valuable in our investigation. If you remember anything else, please don't hesitate to contact us.
Of course, I hope you can catch the one that did this to Mr. Alexander. And if you need me, I will be happy to help.
Dave, did you get a good look at the murderer? Can you describe them or any distinctive feature?
I think I couldn't. It was getting dark and they ran away too quick. I couldn't see their face or any specific details.
Dave, did you see anyone else around Mr. Alexander's house before or after the incident?
No, I didn't notice anyone else besides Mr. Alexander and the person he was arguing with. I was mostly focused on them.
Thank you for cooperating. Your information will be valuable in our investigation. If you remember anything else, please don't hesitate us to contact us.
Yeah, I hope you find the murderer soon.
Detective, we received a suicide case. The report just came in and we are in charge of the case.
Any details of the case?
The report came from the local police station.
Asal bisa ditahan. Kita necessarily listen from the other people.
Yes,
This doesn't look like suicide.
Yes, I think you were right. Let's talk to the witness.
Go. Mr. Blues, we'd like to ask you a few questions.
Sure.
Thank you, Mr. Plus. Can you tell us what happened and when this happened?
I was working on a scaffolding and then I heard a commotion above. I looked up and see someone on the edge of the roof. It looked like they were about to jump.
So they were struggle at the rooftop.
Yeah, that's right. It didn't look like a suicide at all. It
Okay,
was more like a fight.
okay. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Plus.
Mr. Blues.
Why you do it? This is crazy. Tell me you're joking.
I killed them.
What could have possibly gained from killing them?
Three friends. My wife, Hailey, she passed away. I, I kept telling her to be careful. That day, she went out with her friends to a bar. They got drunk and went driving. The car accident, it took her life. But none of her friends died that day. Only her. If only she didn't go. If only I stopped her. Those friends who went out with her that day, it's all their fault. They make her go out of our home. They are the reason she's dead.
They were on their way home. They had an accident because the driver, Marcelo Alexander, was driving drunk, and the girlfriend Tiffany of the suspect Felix, who killed Marcelo Alexander and Ashley, died at the scene. Felix committed suicide because he felt depressed by losing his lover, Tiffany, after killing Marcelo Alexander and Ashley, because Felix thought they had killed his lover Tiffany after being heavily drunk.
Dave, you mentioned that you saw something. Dave, you mentioned that you saw something from your window.
Tattoos are golden grill that makes me feel this way. I'm spinning like a ballerina, feeling gangsta every time I see ya. You're the king and baby, I'm the queen.
Yakinkan